Hey guys, Andy here, Gail's Harley-Davidson. Sorry about being tardy. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're online now and good to go. So, it's time for my 2 o'clock workshop. And today we're talking about purchasing a pre-owned or previously loved Harley-Davidson motorcycle. So, my biggest drive in taking care of that are 3 things. The right bike at the right time for the right price. Because the best bike in the world, if the payment's not right or the money's not right and it's January, oh my God, I gotta stroke a check for this thing and I can't even ride it. It's the last thing we want to happen. So right bike, right price, right time. And now is a great time because new Harleys are not in production because all the crap going on, which means everybody's gonna run out before the new ones start coming back in. So that means the pre-owned inventory is going to start thinning out, because what do you do when you can't get what you want? You settle for the next best thing. So now is a great time to be shopping for that particular next thing. So we have a ton of bikes right now in our pre-owned inventory, and I want to just hit on some bullets and some key points that are going to help you make the right decision as far as what your first or next or last bike is going to be. So I actually got one down here on the end. It's really cool and we're going to talk about it. So this is an example of prime time pre-owned inventory, because these are the ones that are hard to find, and we try to cherry pick as much as possible so that our value added inventory is very high. And it's just a kick-ass looking bike. So this is a 2013 Softail Deluxe. Now, some of the things that you really want to focus on, besides the right bike at the right price at the right time, are other value added features. So whenever you're looking up values, and come prepared, because that's what's so great about all the resources that are available now, so that you know you're getting the right deal. So if there's a particular model or year that you're looking for, get online, hit NADA, because that's what we use when we're bidding bikes, trading in, buying them outright, or selling them, because we have to stay competitive. So do your homework, know your numbers, and then that way it makes the negotiation go so much easier, because we're all on the same page. We're not fighting this huge gap, because I'm not marking them way up and you realistically know what the retail value is, and we find that happy median. So some of the value added features on this particular bike, like I said, it's a 2013 Deluxe. The really cool part about it is the paint. So every year they come out with what Harley calls custom paint. This is the hard candy green flake, and I mean, this thing pops. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I wanted to key on this one specifically because it's such a gorgeous day and the sun's shining. So yeah, I mean, this thing going down the road, it just looks awesome. And I love the classic lines and the nostalgic feel of the Deluxe with the longer fenders and the passing lamps. This one's got the smooth laced wheels, so they're the spoked wheels, but the rims are actually smooth as opposed to staggered, which was an upgrade from the factory new in 2013, as was the paint. So this bike with these features new was worth about $1,000 to $1,200 more than the exact same bike in, say, Vivid Black. But NADA doesn't go by color, they don't go by value-added features, they don't go by stuff that was added to the bike stock. So you're automatically ahead of the game, like $1,200 versus what the average values are going to show in NADA. Now, as we move on to some of the non-stock features, one, the detachable windshield. So depending on the windshield, the finish, the height, they're typically in the $300 to $500 range. And the really cool part about this is that it is not coming off. There we go. it's detachable. So you're just ripping around town, you know, 35, 45 mile an hour. You want the smooth, clean lines without the windshield, great. Or you're going down the highway and you got a passenger on and you're going to Eureka and you know you're going to be on there for 3.5, 4 hours. Then that offers you the protection and knocks a lot of that shear. It'll be less fatigued, so on and so forth. The other cool part about this is the comfort for your passenger. So this bike came stock with a luggage rack, but the 4-point hardware has been added to the fender struts and the detachable backrest. So just that in and of itself changes the whole line of the bike and really just kind of cleans it up and smooths it out. So the backrest itself, between the upright, the pad, the side plates, the docking hardware, and the labor, hell, that's another $500-600 value added with your purchase.
Amy wants to know, are warranties and service plans transferable?
So I just had a question from Amy that asked about warranties and service plans. Warranties are absolutely transferable. It's 2 years, unlimited mile from the manufacturer. Now, if there was an extended warranty in play, then yes, that can be transferred as well. Or this bike is absolutely, you can add any type of extended warranty through Harley to this bike at point of purchase. Now, that is an elected purchase. So the manufacturer warranty on this bike was over in 2015. Any extended warranty that they would have bought at that time is probably expired as well, but this bike would be more than eligible for an extended warranty that you can purchase through us. Thank you.
Christina says people should stand in line to buy her trade-ins.
That was funny. Christina said that people should stand in line to buy her trade-ins. And I absolutely agree, because she puts kick-ass stuff on it and she takes super care of her bikes. So, back to the task at hand. So we've already added $1,200 worth of paint and wheels from the manufacturer. We've added the docking kit and the windshield, which is another $500. And we've added the 4-point docking kit with the turn signal relocation, the side plates, the upright, and the pad, worth another $500-600. So right now you're well over $2,000 ahead of the game over what NADA says that this bike is worth. Now here's the kicker. This bike is 7 years old, right? It's got 2,035 miles. This thing was a garage queen. Absolutely. It's crazy. But swear, 2,000 miles on a 7-year-old bike. And NADA does not value the bike with miles. So this 2,000 versus another one that's got 20,000 would still be valued absolutely the same. And then to top it off, this has got, so it's got the nostalgic breather cover with the Harley Barn shield. That is the high flow. The bike is fuel injected, so it's been remapped to readjust for the air fuel mix. And it's got a full set of Samson fishtail true duals. So let's do the math. Grand, 500, labor, and the remap and tune. So, wow, we're $4,000 to $5,000 ahead of the game over what NADA says that the bike is already worth. Oh, got another question.
Two questions.
Okay, first question.
First statement, Bob Jones thinks this is a great bike for Sherry Jones.
Bob, you're absolutely right. And I know she misses the hell out of her deluxe, but I know you're going to pry that Road Glide out of her cold dead hands too. So you better be ready for number 2. What's my next question?
Amy, when you take in a trade, what do you do to it before you offer it up for sale?
So typically we go through our 28-point inspection to make sure that everything's working right on the bike. And then depending on how many miles are on it, or if we know what's already been done to it. So say John brings his bike in for a 20,000 mile service and ends up trading it in, but we've already done the 20K service, it's good to go, as long as everything else is in good shape as far as the high wear items. So we go through all the torques, tensions, levels, we test ride everything. We detail everything. We make sure everything in our inventory has the pigtail, which we learned about the pigtail to keep your battery charged and keep it updated and up to speed. We're checking tires. We're checking, in this particular case, tubes and tires, depending on the condition. With only 2,000 miles, this bike probably would have needed very little. And if we'd already done the 1,000-mile service, the next servicing wouldn't have been due until 5,000. So we may have just changed the oil because everything else is in absolutely pristine condition.
Adam just made a statement. Talk about how warranty is voided with anything but Screaming Eagle tuners. Question mark.
Well, on the new, or are we talking pre-owned? Okay, so Adam wanted to know about how warranties are affected from Harley when non-Harley devices are added. So if you buy a new bike that's under the factory warranty that's 2 years unlimited miles, and you use a non-factory tuner, a non-genuine HD, non-Screaming Eagle tuner, then you do run the risk of voiding your warranty completely, because you are changing the bike to non-manufacturer specs, and then if something happens, Harley doesn't deem themselves responsible for your decision-making process. So that's how it stands with a new one. Now, as far as a 7-year-old bike with only 2,000 miles, this is more than eligible for an extended warranty through Harley-Davidson, even though all this stuff is already done to it. So, good question, Adam. Thank you. We got any more? Oh, here we go.
More used bikes than what you see right here.
Absolutely. I've got more upstairs. I've got more around the corner. I've got more coming out of service. I just took pictures of 4 more this morning that I'm going to be listing on the website this afternoon. So keep your eyes open for those, because all 4 of those are kick-ass bikes too. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't repeat the question. So I had a question from.
Oh, I lost it.
Okay. All right.
Robert.
From Robert, or from our friend. do we have more bikes? So yes, we have more pre-owned inventory, and it's growing every day as we are trying to fill the coffers, because when we run out of new and everybody else runs out of new, everybody's going to be killing it for the used. So I've got more out front, I got more around the side, took 4 more this morning, I got a half a dozen more coming out of service, and I've probably got 8 or 10 more upstairs that I'm waiting on title or some type of paperwork to get processed so I can put it out on the front line for inventory. So yes, but I will say too that the inventory that we have now and that we're building up, it will be depleting rapidly as this whole thing continues. So don't wait, because then you're going to be sitting on your front porch watching all these cool bikes go by.
Adam says really good information. Or Roberto says nice bike.
Oh, cool. I'm glad I could give information.
Adam says, can you start it?
Yes, I was actually just getting ready to. Oh, we got another one.
Christina wants to know, do you have any resources available where you can locate a specific used model if somebody has one in mind?
So, finding a specific pre-owned bike is tough, because most dealers, including myself, we don't necessarily deal or trade with other dealers for something that someone is looking for specifically. And if it's out on the open market, then they're wanting to give retail for it. So if they're going to charge me retail to find a bike that you want, oh crap, I forgot to re-ask the question. So the question was, can we find specific pre-owned bikes that we may not have in stock right now? So that's tough for reasons that I already mentioned, and nobody's going to pay over retail that I would have to give another dealer to get the bike that you want. Now, what we can do is that if I've got a deal working on a particular trade that I know is exactly what you are looking for, then the likelihood of me trying to put that deal together, knowing that I have a pass-through or something that I'm going to be able to turn very rapidly as far as inventory, increases exponentially. So those are some of the value-added procedures and processes that we have in place that a lot of other people say, oh, one and done. We don't have what you want. Sorry. You'll just have to settle for this. So, good question. A lot of good questions. This is awesome. So this bike in particular, I feel very strongly about the fact that it will not last because of its age, because of all the value-added features that I've talked about, and because of the condition and low miles, and the kick-ass paint job and cool wheels and all the rest. So, at any rate, I hope this helped immensely because, we're running long, all these questions. So, sorry to drag it out. So I appreciate everybody watching. You guys are awesome. I hope this was beneficial. If you have questions over and above all the ones that I've already gotten, please holler at me, let me know. I will get back to you as soon as I can with hopefully all the right information. Don't forget, tomorrow is Jay, and we're going to be down on the Riding Academy course learning about cornering and tips and tricks for that for my next 2 o'clock workshop. Have a great afternoon, guys. Thanks.